said, I'm got lucky this time.
Get ready now for the unprecedented, shocking Western invasion of the greatest pool player to have ever set foot the earth, the legend of the legends, the phenomenal, the magician, Efren Bata Reyes. He was only 5 when he worked as a billiard attendant. While people were playing happily together, he became fascinated with the way the colorful balls move around the table and fall sweetly into pockets. Because he was too young, he only dreamt of playing it. But by the time he was 8, he played his first match and have never thought that this would be the beginning of a legendary journey towards conquering the biggest names ever produced in the history of pool. After defeating the multi-awarded 2-time US Open champion and a Hall of Famer Nick Varner in the 1994 US Open 9-ball championship, Efren continued to tighten up his cue and pursue his dreams in conquering the greatest shooters the American soil can offer. He joined the 1995 Pro Tour 9-ball championship and takes on the Goliath in straight pool, a 6-time pocket billiard champion, the 1980 Hall of Famer, the Miz, Steve Mizerak, and in the finals, who is a 2-time Player of the Year, a back-to-back Sands Regency champion, and one of the greatest BCA Hall of Famer, the Kimmer, Kim Davenport.
This is some kind of a player, this guy, Reyes.
Yes, he is. He played magically.
Kaya ginagawa ko nga yung maganda tiro para masiyahan sila.
What did you think of when you were hooked up here around the corner, huh?
I said, oh no.
Efren met Steve Mizerak in the semifinals of the 1995 Pro Tour Championship, which was held at Owensboro, Kentucky in the United States. This was a very anticipated match since both are legendary and great players, and both have multiple championship titles. Stephen Mizerak Jr., better known as Steve Mizerak, was no joke at all. He was an American pool player dominant during the 1970s and early 1980s, especially in the game of 14.1 continuous, or better known as straight pool, and as well as in 9-ball. Nicknamed the Miz, he also made a brief turn as a professional snooker player. He was born in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. He was a US Open straight pool champion in 4 consecutive years and was also a US Open 9-ball champion in the year 1978. He was inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame in 1980. He was ranked number 6 among the Billiards Digest 50 Greatest Players of the Century.
Mizerak is one of the great players.
Many people think Reyes might be the best player in the world. Man to play first, and we'll sit back and watch one of the best that pool has ever seen. Oops, off the table.
This game is raised to 11. On the opening rack, Mizerak showed Efren what he is capable of. Broke the rack so strong that the cue ball went off the table. This guy has some enormous strength beneath this gigantic physique. But this game is not just about power, it's about balance between strength, accuracy, experience, and knowledge on the table. Efren got ball in hand and the first chance to run the first rack.
Seen from time to time, conversing with the player.
8-ball there.
Cuts the forehand beautifully, and
Efren Reyes is about 41 years of age during this match. Many believe that this was Efren Reyes' prime age and has been dominating pool not just in the Philippines but including in the United States. Last year in 1994, he defeated the Hall of Famer and a monster in pool, one of the greatest player in the United States, Nick Varner, in the finals of the US Open 9-ball championship, and clinched the title and became the very first Asian and Filipino to ever win the US Open 9-ball championship.
Jose Poyat, and he's really a great fan and sponsor of the sport, and in fact Ration was bringing the event to the Philippines, and I know
Efren Reyes finished the first rack easily as he gets ball in hand after Mizerak got fouled on the break. Efren broke dry on the second rack, and Steve Mizerak will have the chance to even the match. Steve Mizerak was significantly older and more experienced than Efren Reyes during this match. He is about 51 years of age during this time. Steve Mizerak made a very great safety play in this rack, causing Efren Reyes to miss the kick, and Steve got ball in hand and has an open table to run out.
devoted the time to his game that he'd like to. Well, he has such a beautiful stroke.
Here to even this up. One apiece. He'll take the 7 right
Side pocket here.
Was it?
No, you
No,
called it. He's
okay,
playing the
yeah.
corner. You're starting to learn this game, Tom.
So the Miz comes back to even it up. We're tied at a game apiece here.
We jump now to Rock 7 with score tie at 3. This point of the match, Efren might have figured out the break, which could be an advantage that he could use throughout the game. He potted 3 balls, the rest laid out nicely without any problems. The magician is now ready to entertain the crowd.
Which has had one miscue, that is where they...
Apparently, in this earlier stage, this match is a very close one, but only one will prevail victorious. Efren broke very well in this rack, and in this level of the game, the one who controls the break controls the game. Most professional players do a lot of practice, not just in position play and ball putting, but also in the break shot. The break shot is one of the most important shots of the entire game, as it will dictate the pace and the outcome of the match, and will influence very much who will win or who will lose.
The end rail wore all the way back on it. This is even easier than the last rack. It was
In this 8th rack, Efren Reyes broke very well, again putting 3 balls and got a shot on the lowest numbered ball on the table. If he continues to break like this, Mizerak will have a hard time catching up. A 6-9 combination is available for Efren to win this rack.
Reyes again,
He may have come up dry that time.
and he may have scratched. No, he didn't. Oh,
Surprisingly, in the 9th rack, Efren broke badly, did not pocket any ball, and he almost scratched. Unfortunately for Mizerak, he had no shot, and his only option is to push out.
No, I don't believe there's any way for him to hit it.
that's the problem with it.
Right.
This is a legal push
That's
out.
about the best he
Reyes
can
has
do.
the option.
You're right here to play.
Steve Mizerak made a legal push out, and Efren Reyes accepted it.
You got it on the button.
Efren can see the 1 ball and will have to play safe.
Again.
And ultimately, he made a very good safety play, causing Mizerak to miss the kick, and Efren Reyes ultimately wins the rack again.
Reyes leads 6-3 over Steve Mizerak in the semi.
In this rack, Efren might get back on track after breaking good, making 2 balls on the break and a shot on the next object ball. Mizerak can do nothing but sit down and wait painfully for his chance. As you can see in this game, Efren is very confident and very composed. Reyes is known for his highly unorthodox cueing technique. He uses a very light grip on the cue, using only his forefinger and thumb, and a warm-up stroking routine that involves both wrist and shoulder movement, giving the appearance of a moving piston. Upon the final forward delivery, Reyes released the cue from his grip in a controlled manner. This gives him good timing on the cue ball, generating power with minimal effort.
Won't let him get to.
He won't.
Wow.
He may get a chance.
Efren Reyes continued to dominate the match, scoring 8-3 against the great Steve Mizerak. In the 12th rack, he did not pocket any balls again, and unfortunately for Steve Mizerak, he had no shot and he is snookered.
And the Miz is shooting 90%, but every time he gets up, these are.
After sitting comfortably for some time, Mizerak came back to the table without any shot. He is joking about it, but deep inside he is devastated. Maybe today, luck is not on his side. He played a push and both played good safeties, but Efren still ended up winning the rack.
Right down and
Efren Reyes continued to break well until he reached the heel, dominating the Steve Mizerak at 10-4. He ended this match with an amazing golden break. He now moves on to the finals against the great Kim Davenport. Efren did not waste any time at all, surprisingly ending the match with a golden break, defeating Steve Mizerak on the semi-final of the 1995 Pro Tour and 9-Ball Championship with an impressive score of 11-4. He now moves on to take on the Kimmer, the defending champion, Kim Davenport, in the awaited finals match.
was it false? Efren, you're a magnificent champion. They say you must be among the best in the world, if not the best in the world.
Who would have thought that this unknown kid from the Philippines would take down one of the legends in straight pool, the Mizerak. In the year 1995, Billiards Digest magazine named Reyes the Player of the Year. The following year, Reyes was ranked number 1 on the US Pro Billiards Tour. In the finals, can he take on the Kimmer, the defending champion, the legend, Kim Davenport? We are about to find out. Join us again the next episode as we enter the history of the greatest pool player to have ever played the game, the great magician, no other than
I said, I'm got lucky this time.
Efren Bata Reyes.